black children being gunned down. I know what I know, and I walk the walk. Matter of fact, my friend Al Sharpton, who I used to know him as the fat rat, now he's the skinny rat. Al Sharpton had me go before his convention. Jesse Jackson came on. I went on. They were all booing me. Next thing, Al got up there and said, I know Ball 40 years. You let him talk. And then when I finished, I talked about being a decoy. I actually went into black neighborhoods as a decoy when they said it was too dangerous to decoy in Harlem. I used to put theatrical makeup on my hands and my face to look like a Hispanic. I guess today they'll call it racist. I don't know what they'll do today. But I actually got mugged and stabbed and shot at and everything hit on the head. And I was a servant of the black and Hispanic community. That's the commercials I would have ran if I had money behind me. And I should have stayed as the damn Republican. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. Or I should have ran as an independent from the beginning and ran as that, got that money behind me. Tens of millions, did commercials. And I think there's enough of people that know me and know my police career, what I did. And I really think I would have had a good shot against Bill de Blasio.
But then you wouldn't have time to do all this other stuff.
But then they would have dug up. You know what they would have dug up? They would have dug. I did Imus in the Morning 38 years. They would have dug up things that I said from 30 years ago, 35 years ago. People don't understand. Stuff that we said and stuff that was acceptable has changed. And I have changed. And I understand it. But this is what people don't understand. If you look deep enough on anybody, and, you know, now you're coming out, one of the famous news reporters did something. Oh, my friend Les Moonves. I like Les. All of a sudden they brought up about something 1985 and all this crap. You know what? If we're going to look back on history, what we got to do is look ahead. And certainly now they want reparations. I didn't own any slaves. Right now, if the ground floor is equal. I think it's even a hedge for black and Hispanics because they have more opportunities. Right now, we should be taking every opportunity and work hard. Now we have 100,000 people in the country. Why didn't we take care of the 50,000 homeless, including veterans? We couldn't find a place for them to stay, but we just found 100,000 beds, and we're giving them free stuff. I hear there's orders from, what's those places you call for food? That they deliver.
Like Grubhub, and that's...
Yeah, they're delivering food to the Roosevelt Hotel, and we had homeless people and a lot of veterans. I mean, I'm an American. My mother's born in Catania, Sicily. My father's from Germany. I'm a first. I don't recognize me being Italian, although I love my Italian food and I love being Italian. But you know what I recognize? I'm an American, and this is the greatest country in the world where everyone has equal opportunity. Did we have bad things that happened prior? And the Emancipation Proclamation was January 1st when Abraham Lincoln read it. And then they pop over Juneteenth Day. That's no day. The real date was January 1st when the Emancipation Proclamation came. And that's when it should be celebrated. And next thing is they'll change it to George Floyd with this criminal. Again, he should never died. But they highlight this guy who has a terrible criminal record and fentanyl. And I talk about the guns. I talk about the fentanyl. I talk about this border. We don't know. And we will have another terrorist attack in New York City in the very near future. And you can take this and you can roll it on your show. I will guarantee it. Not telling you maybe. I'll guarantee it. And our biggest threat is China. I went to Beijing. They have a 40-year plan. I think they're almost there to take over the world. They could take us out with their ASTAT satellites, their killer satellites, can knock our GPS out. Try to fly an F-35 with no GPS. Try to use your military equipment. They are so much far advanced in space. They have over 700 satellites up there. Some of them are killer satellites. People don't know this. I have friends in the CIA. I have friends in the Defense Department. I'm scared shit for my grandchildren and you and your family and everyone else. I am really concerned about China. And then this Lachlan had the balls to say in one of his articles that I had something to do with China. I hate those people. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I don't even want to buy Chinese food. So.
And you think we're going to have another terrorist attack in New York?
Yeah.
Really?
You know why? Because what's happening with our border, we have no semblance of who's coming through. It's just like, come on in. And, you know, they're good people, hardworking people. Yes, very good people that want the opportunities that your families and my families had. But then there are people, we don't even know who they are. And there's a lot of Chinese coming through. And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of spies in this country. And we should be clamping down. But no, we're worrying about about? I mean, look, I don't want to get political, but when you have a president and you listen to Futterman the other day trying to talk about that collapse with Biden, I mean, please, in this great country, we don't have someone from the Republican Party, from the new Republican Democrat. We don't have someone with a brain that is a business person that can, of course, being a president is a business. Yeah. You have to know business. And that's what I'm for. I want someone who's very rich, that is not going to be a thief, someone who doesn't need the money, that is going to run this country because one reason, because they love this country and they're American first and everything else second. And I like this Scott guy, this black senator from the Carolina. You know why? First of all, I'd like a black Republican president. We had a black Democratic president. I'd like that, just to take that out of play. Then he's a very smart man, and he loves this country. I don't care what his politics. Loving the country, to me, is the most important thing. As far as with this green stuff, we got to do it over 30, 40 years. I believe in it. I want my grandchildren to have clean air too. But no one's saying a word about India, about China, about them polluting our ozone one, anything. You can't just flip a switch and all of a sudden, where's the electrical power going to come? Now you want to shut my gas stove off. Where's the electrical power going to come? You don't have the infrastructure. You fools, you want to walk around. Ew, I want clean air. Let's do it in a sensible way over a period of time, and let's initiate it in the sensible time. Don't say, I'm going to flick the switch, because you know you're going to flick the switch. You're not even going to be able to put the plug. You know where you're going to put the plug? Put it up your ass, because there's not going to be no electricity.
We have a lot of problems here in this country, don't we?
And the worst problem, too, is look at with the inflation. My God, regular people can't eat. They can't pay their rent. This is what I worry about. And we don't just care. We just keep giving the money out. You have to be smart. You want to give. You have to be responsible. Otherwise, it's all going to collapse. And China won't have to fire one bullet economically and with what they have with their satellites. And they're going to Taiwan. This other guy, Blinken, this jerk, he was just over there blinking. And he tells Z, we're not for the independence of Taiwan. Well, Blinken, you know what you just did? You just opened the, what's this called, the show?
Behind the velvet rope?
Well, you just opened up the velvet rope for China to go right into Taiwan when you make a fool comment like that. This Blinken is a fool to make a comment. All he's telling them is, we're not going to do nothing because we don't believe in their independence. That was the jerkiest thing I ever heard anybody say. This is what Mr. Biden has around. And then Alejandro, whatever his name is, that other fool with the border. Oh, my God. I just can't. And then the other guy there that just had a kid.
This is why you should have run.
Yeah, and the other guy with the kid, a nice guy with that, he was a mayor of a small town that had a budget about $32. Now he's running transportation. The fool doesn't have any clue. The people around you are the people that reflect you.
That's true. That is true. See, now,
don't you have any questions for me, David? I've been doing all the talking here.
Well, I mean, I wish every guest would just do all the talking. No, I mean, I had some questions. Well, you know what?